Good day everyone and welcome back for another video. I'm Yankee Oscar 6 Delta X-Ray Echo, and today we're going to take a quick look at this Tidradio TD-H9 10 watts VHF UHF transceiver with APRS, Bluetooth and a bunch of other things. And I have to say that I was really excited when they announced this one, just because before I've been bothering them in comments on Instagram or emails about having a transceiver from Tidradio that has APRS. So imagine the excitement on my face when I've seen the announcement they've put about the TD-H9. So I've been having this one for about 3 weeks now. I've been testing it, I've been playing around with it, and now I think it's time to share my opinions about it. So let's not waste any time and jump right into the details about the Tidradio TD-H9. First of all, let's talk about what we get in the box. So obviously the transceiver with the antenna. You get the USB charger, the USB cable. It's USB-A to USB-C. I'm pretty sure that if you live in US, you'll get your US type charger. You have the battery clip over here with the 2 screws. I haven't installed this one yet, but I will pretty soon. You have this key, and it has a screwdriver on this end. You have these 2 rubber rings. I believe they must be for the cable. And I have these 3 stickers that I haven't figured out what they're for, but I think I will by the end of the video. You have the wrist strap over here and the user's manual, which definitely I would recommend you to read it if you'd like to learn how to use the transceiver, unless you're like me and you don't like reading user's manuals and you'll spend a lot of time trying to figure it out on your own, which that works as well, but sometimes in the user's manual you might find some information that you do not figure it out on your own. So let's talk really quick about the transceiver, about what it has to offer, and also we'll have a look at the menu of the TD-H9. So right now the price is $69.99 US. It's available in 3 colors. You can either purchase it in orange, black or green. Also you can purchase it as unlocked version, ham version or GMRS version. And a couple of things that you have available in the transceiver. So it comes with APRS, which is GPS based. It has Bluetooth. You can use the Bluetooth with the Oldmaster programming app to program your transceiver. You can also use it together with the Oldmaster app to transform the transceiver into some sort of repeater. You can also connect all sorts of radio accessories like Bluetooth headsets, wireless PTT buttons, wireless microphones and so on. So let's say you have the TD-H3 Plus and you programmed all your favorite frequencies over here. You can simply copy them into this one really quick, just like a touch of a button. Basically, it's really simple, so you don't have to spend a lot of time programming the transceiver. It supports text messages, like the usual SMS, between either 2 TD-H9 transceivers or between a TD-H9 and a TD-H3 Plus. The battery pack, they say it has 2400 milliamps. The only thing that I don't like about the battery is that it has this charging port on the bottom of the battery, not on the back of the battery. Usually I prefer here on the back, just because when I'm charging the transceiver I'd like to, keep it standing, so I can also receive properly when I'm charging the transceiver, but it is what it is. You can customize the buttons here on the side. You can customize the colors in the menu. You have multi-language support in the menu. You have AM airband receive. You have FM reception, NOAA, and a bunch of other things that you can discover in the user's manual, because it's a really nice transceiver. You have a bunch of things available. So we'll go through the menu really quick, and after that I'm just going to talk slightly about the programming part, but not in depth, just because I did something similar for the TD-H3 Plus, and you can go back and watch that video. I'm just going to go through the parts that were not available available for the TD-H3 Plus. And yeah, this one is really similar to the TD-H8. I really love that transceiver. Also 10 watts, but it did not have APRS, and that was the time when I actually wrote Tidradio after I posted that review, and I said, how about a transceiver with APRS? And there we go, now I have it. So yeah, let's not waste time, let's go really quick through the menu of the transceiver of the TD-H9. If you like the TD-H9 and you'd like to purchase one, don't forget to have a look down in the video description. You'll find the Amazon link if you would like to purchase it from Amazon. And you can also find the link from the tidradio.com website. And if you buy it from tidradio.com, don't forget to use the code Yankee Oscar 6 Delta X-Ray Echo on checkout, and you'll get 5% off on your purchase. Before we go through the menu, actually, let me copy all the frequencies and the settings and everything from the TD-H3 Plus into the TD-H9. So to do this, I'm going to click on the PF2 key over here on the side, and the hashtag key, and hold both of them and turn on the transceiver. And right now I'm going to do the same on the TD-H9. So I'm going to click this PF2 key and the hashtag and turn the transceiver on. And right now I'm going to click one more time on the PF2 key on the TD-H3 Plus. And right now it's sending all the data from the TD-H3 Plus to the TD-H9. So I'm just going to wait, transfer OK, receive OK, please restart. So I'm going to turn them off. I'm going to turn on the TD-H9 Plus. I can put away this one. And I can tell that I already have the frequencies saved over here. So let's go really quick through the menu. Again, I'm just going to do like a short overview. We're not going to go in depth just because, as I was saying, I already spoke about this in the TD-H3 Plus, and they're very similar. The only difference on the TD-H9 is that this one has a couple of extra features just because of the GPS and the APRS settings, but the main idea is the same. The menu is very similar. So we have radio settings, program channel, analog set, radio info, scan, Bluetooth, SMS, GPS, site type, APRS, and we're back to radio settings. And of course, each menu item, if you click menu one more time, you go into the sub menu and you have the extra settings that you can change according to your preferences. So you always have the user's manual. Again, I'm going to repeat myself on this part, but you get to learn all the functions from there, so I don't, end up with a really long video again. But I'm going to show you in a little bit a couple of details anyway when I do the programming part, just because I'm going to go through the APRS settings, GPS settings, so we get the transceiver all set up and ready to be used. Before we do any programming and before we do any APRS setup, let's do the firmware upgrades, just because when you do the firmware upgrade you will lose all the settings for APRS. So it's better to start first and upgrade the firmware version right now. So let's get on the computer really quick. So all you do, you just search Tidradio TD-H9 firmware and you get this page on top. You click on it and it will take us to the Tidradio website and you have download. You can go both to the firmware and also to the programming software. So I'm going to open both of them. On the firmware side, we have the TD-H9 version 1.0.29. So this is the main firmware version. And this is TD-H9 APRS the firmware 1.0.15. So you're going to enter your email address over here and click submit. You'll do the same thing over here and click submit, and you'll receive the download links in your email. On the other side, here we have the programming software, and this one it's valid both for the TD-H3 Plus and the TD-H9. And you click your email address over here and click submit, and you can download again the software from your email. And there you go, you can put your email address over here if you want a chance to win a discount. So once you downloaded everything, let's get on desktop. So here I have the CPS. This one you don't have to install it, you're just going to double click on this file over here and you will start. We'll take a look at that a little bit later. Here's the TD-H9 firmware, the main one. So first of all, we're going to do the main firmware update, and afterwards only we are going to do the APRS firmware upgrade. So let's do this one really quick. I'm going to double click on the update app and I'm going to click open. And here on desktop I have TD-H9 firmware update. I'm going to pick this one. Then I'm going to click reset after success. And what I have to do now is to connect the USB cable to the transceiver here on the USB port. My transceiver is already on, by the way. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to click the key number 8 and hold it until I get that short message on the display, and then it's in firmware update mode. And if you look now on the screen, we have this online for device status. I'm going to click update and we're just going to wait for it to finish updating. Once it's done, the transceiver will reboot and we'll check the new firmware version. There we go, it restarted. Now I'm going to click menu and I'm going to go down to radio info, and I have firmware version 1.0.29. So we're all set over here. Now let's do the APRS firmware upgrade. I'm going to turn it off right now and we'll go back on the computer. And what I'm going to do now is to open this folder, and we have another firmware upgrade software. Now I have to reconnect the transceiver to the computer, but first I'm going to click the APRS version 1.0.15 file. Now we're going to go back on the transceiver and I'm going to hold the PTT button, the main PTT button, and then key number 7, hold both of them together, turn on the transceiver, and right now it's in APRS firmware upgrade mode. And we go back on the computer and it already auto detected that it's in comp 3. I'm going to click this button over here. The only thing that bothered me on this firmware upgrade for the APRS is that everything was in Chinese and I couldn't figure out the buttons and what they do. And I'll talk to you a little bit about an issue that I had, because I spent about 40 minutes trying to do this firmware upgrade for the APRS and I had a bunch of issues. I used to get an error when it would get somewhere around 90%. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. I hope this time is successful because I don't want to spend 40 more minutes trying to do an upgrade. Oh, it worked. Okay. So first let me go on the transceiver and verify the firmware version. So I'm going to go back, to radio info, APRS info. And right now, as you can tell, I have version 1.0.15. So we're all set. Now, let me talk to you about the issue that I used to have and how you can fix that. So it just wouldn't update my my APRS firmware. And if I go back on the computer, I'll have to say this. First of all, if you get that error over here, you know the little message that I got for success, it will be the same, like a little box over here, and you will say on top error. And what you can try to fix that, in case you get that error as well, try to change the USB port with a different one, and also see if you can find any USB cable capable of transmitting data, not just power, but one that it's a little bit shorter, and that should fix the issue. But for me, I still use the same long cable that I used to have, and it didn't work, and I spent about 40 minutes trying to do the firmware update. And what fixed my problem was to simply change the USB port with another one. So I hope if you have that issue, I hope you get it fixed the same way, because it was easy. I wish I did that earlier and wouldn't spend 40 minutes trying to do the firmware upgrade. When it comes to the programming part, I tried Chirp. So if I go here, download from radio, it will detect that I have COM3. I have picked Tidradio. Unfortunately, I do not have any option for TD-H9. Nothing. I have TD-H3 plus ham GMRS. I have TD-H6, TD-H8, and everything else. I tried TD-H3, it doesn't work. I tried TD-H8, it doesn't work. And I haven't tried TD-H6, but I'm pretty sure that it doesn't work. There you go. So I don't know, this is up to Chirp when they're going to update this. So I'm going to close it, and here on the desktop I have this Tidradio CPS. To be honest, I wasn't so impressed about this one. It could use a little bit more work, but what I have is TD-H9 normal, the ham version. So I'm going to click this one and open the programming software. So I'm going to click tools, program, read from radio. Again, it detected my USB COM port. I'm going to click select, and it will read all the info from the transceiver, which is quite fast, to be honest. Alright, read complete. Optional settings. So I have this little window that pops up, and I can change a couple of settings over here. Here's the boot message, like a customized message. Here's the keys that you can program and what they do. Unfortunately, and I wish we had this, to have the APRS settings and the GPS settings in here as well, in this menu, but they're not. So this is actually pretty easy. All these settings are easy to do in the transceiver itself. Here we have another setting for the AB channel, for the VFO. Here's the FM programmed frequencies, DTMF code, channel, and over here you have all the channels that I programmed. So yeah, these are easy to program. The only issue that I have is that I don't have the APRS settings available here. So on this page I wish I had more radio settings available, just in case I wanted to change anything, but they're not available. Maybe they'll fix that later on in the future, who knows. Anything else in here? I don't see anything. Optional settings, over here I have the same. File, language, window, yeah, nothing. So I'm just going to click write to radio, and it's going to write everything to the transceiver. So I guess we'll do all the APRS and the GPS settings directly on the transceiver itself. But we're also going to do it in Oldmaster app. Well, at least we're going to try. So let's open up the app really quick. So in order to connect the transceiver with the Oldmaster app, what I'm going to do is to turn on the Bluetooth from the transceiver. And if you go into the menu, down to the Bluetooth settings, you click menu again. Here you have menu item number 1, which is the same thing as the button over here. And down you have Bluetooth mode, receiver or emitter. I leave it on receiver right now. If it doesn't work and it doesn't connect with the app, I'm just going to send it as emitter. Bluetooth name, you have this the name of the Bluetooth over here, sorry. Bluetooth pairing, menu, pairable or paired, and let's see what's OD PTT. OD mode, it's local mode, forward, full mode, Bluetooth internal microphone, internal speaker, mic gain for the speaker microphone, Bluetooth speaker gain, and so on. You have a bunch of Bluetooth pin codes. Right now it's set to 0, and Bluetooth reset. So these are the Bluetooth settings. So anyway, we turn on the Bluetooth on the transceiver. Now let's go on the Oldmaster app on the phone. On the phone, I'm going to turn on the Bluetooth function, and then I'm going back into the app, and my battery is dying. Then I'm going to connect to the device. It found the TD-H9. Then I'm going to select model, Tidradio. I'll go down and find the TD-H9 ham version. Click read from radio, and it's going to read all the settings that I have programmed in the channels from the transceiver. And once it's done, you can go through the functions, basically the settings on the transceiver. You have pretty much the same stuff that you can find in the programming software. Over here we have the channels. So these are the ones that I already programmed, but you can click on channel over here. And the one with the greens, those are programmed channels. The one with red, they are channels that I did not program yet. So I'm going to go back. What you can do, you can also check a repeater list. And I have here all the repeaters that I have around me. So let's say I want to import this one. Import to, and I'll put just like, for example, channel 80. I'm going to click confirm, import, and I'm going to click write. And right now it's going to write that repeater on channel 80 in my transceiver. So this is something really cool, just in case you're in a new area and you're trying to find new repeaters around you, and you can program them really easy. Now let's go to the APRS settings. So we have, you can connect the transceiver with the Oldmaster app through KISS TNC. So you go here on me, and then on APRS FI, and then we go to settings over here, and you'll have to put your call sign, Yankee Oscar 6 Delta X-ray Echo, SSID it's 7, then I have auto connect to APRS IS, it's clicked, radio to internet it's clicked, automatically upload audio when received if you want. Receiving distance, I'm going to put 50 kilometers. Auto share location, time interval 10 minutes, and frequency, operating frequency, it depends on your area. In Romania I think we have 144.800. Confirm. And right now what you have to do is to request an APRS passcode. So for that you'll have to go to APRS FI, log in, and if you don't have an account you sign up and so on. And then once you have that done and you request the password, you'll put the password over here, and you'll get to to use the Oldmaster app together with the transceiver. So yeah, it's using the KISS TNC thingy, similar to the Oldmaster, to the APRS Droid app. So it's very similar to that one. I'm going to try to see if I can connect it to the APRS Droid app as well, but I'm not sure if it's going to work. But that's everything about the Oldmaster app. You can definitely find out more. You have devices, friends, groups, history, distance, and so on. So there's a lot more in the user's manual about the Oldmaster app if you want to discover a lot more things. But yeah, it's really helpful to program your transceiver on the go. Now let's try to connect the transceiver, the TD-H9, using the Bluetooth and the KISS TNC to the APRS Droid app. So I'm going to turn on Bluetooth. I'm going to go to menu and down to the Bluetooth settings. I'm going to click menu again and I'll go to Bluetooth mode. I'll leave it on receiver. OD mode. No, sorry. Where was that? Internal mic, internal speaker. I'm going to click this one, the internal mic on. I'm going to put it on on, and then I'm going to exit, and then we go back on the phone. And on the phone, I'm going to turn on Bluetooth, and I have Tidradio. It's TD-H9 BLE, and I have this TD-H9 9703. So I'm going to connect this one, and right now let's go to the APRS Droid app. I'll go into preferences, and I haven't changed anything from the app that I usually use this one with other transceivers. You can go back to the last video that I posted and I spoke more about the APRS Droid app. But what I want to check right now is to connect some preferences, and where is that? Yeah, connection preferences, and over here I'm going to check TNC Bluetooth device, and I get to connect it to the TD-H9 9703. It's connected, and then I go back, and then I go back again, and I'm going to click Start Tracking, and there you go. It's already working with the APRS Droid app. So you can use it with the APRS Droid app as well. So again, as I was speaking in the last video, the only issue that I don't like when I'm using the APRS Droid app with Bluetooth on a transceiver is that I can no longer, use the audio of the phone if I leave the app working. So if I go on YouTube, for example, I won't be able to hear anything. So yeah, I recommend you to install the APRS Droid app on another phone, something that you use particularly for ham radio, probably just to use it for APRS and stuff, but it's separate from your usual phone. I'm going to stop tracking, but it does work with the APRS Droid app as well. So
Bluetooth disconnected.
We're done with this part. Now let's talk a little bit about the settings on the transceiver. So I'm going to go, sorry, I think I turned it off. I'm going to turn on off Bluetooth because I don't need it. I'll go into the menu, and what you have over here is the GPS settings, GNSS. Which is different, by the way. I spoke about this in the last video. It's not like the GPS. GPS has fewer satellites. GNSS is using the navigation satellites, so you have a better coverage and you will get locked in into the location really easy. Over here in the menu we have GPS on and off. We're going to turn it on. I'm going to click exit GPS info. Right now you see I'm not locked, so it cannot see my location. Position menu, You can check the way you would like your position, degrees, degrees and minutes, degrees, minutes and seconds, so it's like really precise. That's the reason why I picked the last one. Time zone, I am UTC plus 3 hours, but you set yours depending on your location. Speed and unit, kilometers, distance unit, again kilometers, altitude units, meters or feet, fixed longitude. So if you don't, if you still want to use APRS, you can enter here the details like a fixed location, for example your home, and you enter the parameters over here, and you can use APRS using a fixed location, fixed altitude. I'm not sure if I set up the altitude right, but I'm going to check that later on. This is the GPS, and I'm going to click exit, and right now site type, I'm going to click menu. So again, you can either pick to have the GPS coordinates once you're outside, and you know the GPS logs you in, and it reads your location. Or if you're inside like me, like in my camper, the GPS doesn't work unless I keep the transceiver next to the window because it's all aluminum covered. So I'm going to use fixed coordinates. I'm going to click this one, and right now it's going to use the coordinates that I just entered for the fixed position. Oops, sorry. So we'll go to APRS switch. I'm going to turn it on. Beacon set, call sign, I have Yankee Oscar 6 Delta X-ray Echo. In order to enter this one, this star key, it's going to delete the characters. You have here the letters. It's just like the old phone keyboard, which I like it because it reminds me of my past. If you want to put numbers, you're going to click on the hashtag key, and it's going to change, but let's put sorry, I'm messing up. So let's say I'm deleting this one and I want to put numbers. If I click on 6, it doesn't work, and then I'm going to click on the hashtag number input mode. I have 6, and then I go back to letters input mode, but right now it's small characters, so I want to press again, and I'm going to click delta, and then twice for echo, but I'm not echo, I'm delta X-ray, sorry, X-ray, and then echo, and I'm all set. So I'm going to click menu to save, and you get the idea on how it works. SSID menu, I have number 7 set up because it's handheld transceiver. SSID symbol, custom info, you can put like here's the message that you want to send through APRS. I just have my website domain, but you can enter any message that you'd like. I'm going to click exit. Icon settings, you can change the icon. Mic E start, mic type, route 1, wide 1, route 1, count 1, exit, route 2, it's wide 2, route 2 count, it's 2, report voltage. If you want, you can report the voltage, report SATs on and off, report mileage on and off, because it's important if you're moving, and there we go. I'm going to click exit. Beacon type, PTT linkage, right now it's off for me, so you can set it to auto or manual. If you set on PTT on, it's going to transmit APRS every time you press the PTT button. I'm going to click back. Time beacon, it's on. Timing, it's 266 minutes. I'm not sure. I'm going to click back. Oops, sorry. Menu, delete. I'm going to put 10. I hope these are minutes, not seconds. I'm going to click OK. Exit. Relay set. So you can relay the packets that you receive. And you can pick one of the channels, channel A or channel B. So you can relay the messages on any of these channels, or channel A plus channel B. DG1 enable, on and off, DG1 name, wide 1, DG2 enable, on and off, name with the same. You can wait before you can forward the packet for how long, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and so on. Remote passwords, I haven't checked this one, but there we go. I have a number over there. And that's it on this side. Let's see if we have any other settings. Advanced set, APRS receive channel, channel A, APRS transmit channel, it's channel A. I should put it on channel B, auto. Exit, APRS receive channel, I'm going to put it on channel B. PTT priority, so let's say you're talking to somebody, you'll need this PTT priority setup. So what it has priority? It's either you while you're talking to somebody, and then APRS won't transmit, and it will transmit once you're done talking, or is the APRS, so it will start transmitting and interrupt your conversation. So I'll leave it on call, sorry. Receive tone, it's on, so you hear when you receive packets, TX tone on when you're transmitting packets. Auto pop-up, it's on, so you have on the screen the packet that you just received, and that's it. What else we have? We'll go back. Beacon list. Here you have all the beacons that I received, which is my other transceiver. It shows you the details over here. You keep going down, and you go down even more. It gives you all the information, and you have the comment from the other transceiver as well, Yankee Oscar 6 Delta X-ray echo.com, but you can change and customize that comment if you want to send some special message. And then APRS reset. So that's it with the APRS part on the transceiver. It took a little bit longer to show you everything, but yeah, I hope I make your life easier, and it's easier for you to set it up. So, power output check. Right now we are on the 70 centimeters band, I think. Yes. 433.500. So I'm going to click transmit. And I'm getting somewhere around 9.8 watts. Alright, now let me go to another frequency on the on the 2 meters band. So I'm going to check the power output, and it goes a little bit over 10 watts. Not sure how much that is, but yeah, my RF watt meter only measures up to 10 watts. So power check, it's good. Let's check the harmonic suppression. So right now we are still on the 2 meters band on 145.500. So what I'm going to do here is measure harmonics 145.500 megahertz. I'm going to click level minus 38 dB, because that's what I have on the RF tap. Attenuate, manual 30 dB, and right now I'm going to start transmitting. and it looks pretty good. Unfortunately, with this tiny SA I can only measure the second harmonic, but it's minus 47 dB, so it's all good. Now let's check the 70 centimeters band. I'm going to have to switch this one to high and go back mode, return to switch to high in. Alright, I'm going to check frequency and let me change the transceiver. 70 centimeters 433, measure harmonics 433.500 megahertz, level again minus 35 because that's what I have on the 70 centimeters band. My RF tap is not quite perfect for the 70 centimeters band. Attenuate, and let's start transmitting. And I'm just going to wait to settle down. And my second harmonic looks about minus 42 dB. Could be better maybe with a better measurement equipment, but that's all I have. So I'm measuring with what I can. But yeah, it looks clean to me because it's under minus 40 dB. So I'm fine with it. If you guys have a better measurement gear, please let me know if you get better measurements, but I'm pretty sure you might do. But it's fine. Now let's talk really quick about the messaging, the SMS text message that you can send with the transceiver. So I said at the beginning of the video that you can send this SMS message. It's either between a TD-H9 and a TD-H3 Plus, or between two TD-H9s, or between two TD-H3 Plus transceivers, and the idea is that we have to go through the settings. So first of all, I'm going to go into radio settings, and I'll go down to dual watch because we have to make sure that this one is off. So I'm going to make sure that I set up to off, and after that we go to the ID, and I'm going to check this one. The TD-H3 is 922, but let me change it. I'm going to put it 003. Alright, and I'm going to click exit, and after that click exit again, and I'm going to SMS settings. I'm going to click this one to make sure that it's on. It's going to tell you that the dual watch mode, it has to be off. Click exit. Here we have send SMS, inbox, send messages, drafts, statistics, clear, and we're back here. So again, this is 003, right? So I'm going to click exit, and now I'll do the same thing on the TD-H9. So I'm going to go into the menu, radio settings. I'll go to dual watch to make sure that it's off, and it is, but I'm going to save it just to make sure. After that, I'm going to go check the ID, and I'm going to edit this one, and I'll put this one to 009 just because TD-H9. I'm going to click exit, and after that we'll go into the SMS settings menu, SMS on. Again, it's going to give you that message. Send SMS, inbox, send, draft, SMS mode, and if you have two TD-H9 transceivers, you can either pick between sending the message through RF or through APRS, but for this purpose I'm going to leave it on RF because I don't have APRS on the TD-H3. RX filter, I have it on, but to be honest, I don't know that one, what that means. Statistics, just like on the TD-H3 Plus, and clear. So let's send an SMS. 003. Okay, content, test, menu, send, and there we go. SMS received, signal found. Right now we're waiting. This one is sending. Sent OK. And as you can tell, I have the little icon over there with a message. I'm going to click on the menu. I'll go back to SMS. Check inbox, and I have test. OK. There you go. That's the SMS function. Now, I wouldn't use it very often, especially not with RF, just because I'm not sure how legal it is just yet. But you can definitely use it to send messages with APRS. But since you can also send messages with APRS, with the APRS function, why not simply use it that way? But you get to pick. You have the option in case you want to. I think it's useful for emergency cases, for example. But let's go to radio settings, SMS, inbox, and I have my message, the one that I sent earlier when I was playing around with the TD-H3 Plus. So this is the SMS function of the transceiver. So really quick, the final opinion about the transceiver. Don't worry about testing it for receive and transmit and so on, because I have more videos coming soon on this transceiver and also on the most of the transceivers that I have, just because I'm preparing a video about satellite QSOs and APRS, like a more in-depth video about APRS and satellites. I'm going to have 2 separate videos. But like a final opinion on the TD-H9, I really like it. Again, I've been using it for quite some time right now. Makes a great pair with the TD-H3 Plus, which, by the way, I'm going to donate this one to one of my younger amateur radio friends. He's getting ready actually to pass his amateur radio license exam really soon, and I think it will make a good present for him, so he can have a VHF UHF transceiver as well. And yeah, he's following me on Instagram and on YouTube, and he's writing comments and messages me all the time. So I know how it is to be at the beginning and you don't have any transceiver, so I think it should be nice to give him a present. The TD-H9 is great. I have the nice power output. I have good harmonic suppression. I have the APRS functions, the SMS, all the stuff that it can do with similar transceivers, like another TD-H9 or a TD-H3 Plus, copying the frequencies from one to another. It's really easy. The only downside that I found is not about the transceiver itself. It's just about the fact that for a beginner, it might be a little bit overwhelming at the beginning for the initial setup. When you have to do the firmware updates, just because you have to have like 2 separate firmware updates, one for the transceiver itself, one the APRS. The programming software that you download it's not that great. I mean, you have a bunch of settings available in the transceiver that you cannot change using the programming software, and also you cannot change them using the Oldmaster app. So you have to go into the transceiver itself, which it doesn't bother me, to be honest, because I'm not so much into spending time on the computer or on the phone anyway, so I'm doing all the settings manually in the transceiver most of the time, and the only thing that I'm actually doing on the computer is programming the frequencies. So to be honest, that part doesn't bother me. I think it's just harder for a beginner, just because it takes time until you get used to it. But yeah, I'm very familiar with the Tidradio transceivers. I'm really happy. I love the menu style and everything, so I have nothing to complain about. It's just my opinion about the beginners, and in case you get one and it's your first transceiver, it's a little bit difficult to get it sorted out and have it set up and ready to go. But if you put a little of time and effort and patience into learning the transceiver and the programming software and everything, it should be easy peasy. So I think it's enough, because this is getting to be a long video, but I try to cover as much as possible, hoping to help you, to give you an opinion, and you get to decide whether you like it and you would like to purchase it or not. But I would. It's cheap, it's affordable, it does APRS, you have GPS, and what else do you need? It's fantastic. Well, I hope you found today's video useful. I hope you like it, and if you like the transceiver, don't forget about the discount code and the link down in the video description so you can order it. And what can I say? I'll see you in the next video. Until then, thanks so much for watching, and 73 from Yankee Oscar 6 Delta X-Ray Echo.